I always tell people in this business that your role needs to be viewed as a must have and not a nice to have, because you know what happens to roles that are nice to have. They get dispersed very quickly during downturns and so forth. So you have to be a must have. How do you be a must have? Well, you have to be incredibly credible. I use that phrase quite often, incredibly credible in your content and information you provide. But you have to show this through small wins and actually beef up your credibility and your validation of being this integral part of the value chain within your company, and to promote the intelligence ecosystem and the intelligence data value chain, as I mentioned, as being an integral part of the strategy. Now, it's one thing to have organizational leadership to embrace intelligence and hopefully have an intelligence function that's directly attributable or directly reporting into a leadership, a CXO function. Okay, so that's one point. The other point, though, is really making sure your organization is nimble enough so that you're able to address changes in the intelligence landscape very quickly. So, you'll see in history, definitely through the COVID crisis, organizations were very rigid in their ability. They did not adapt very well. A lot of these organizations fell by the wayside because they didn't have this digitally transformed platform or infrastructure, but were more rigid in their behaviors, infrastructure, and to their customer. Those are the ones that failed. The ones that were successful is that they had organizations that were very flat, decision making was very quick, and they had the ability to they had flexibility in their manufacturing or services that they offered, such that they can adapt to changing customer and economic conditions to address the needs that pertain at that time. So not only is the leadership capabilities that are important, but the organizational structure as a whole is critical to success.